This was supposed to be just another wrestling stunt, but one moment, one mistake changed everything. Owen Hart, a beloved wrestler, family man, and one of the kindest souls of wrestling, lost his life by falling from 78 feet. And the saddest part is, it wasn't even his mistake. How did this mistake happen in a live pay-per-view? Who was responsible for this? And why do so many people say that WWE covered it up? Well, watch the full video to get your answers. At first, let's discuss who is Owen Hart. Owen Hart wasn't just a little brother of Bret Hart. No man, this guy was a legend. He was very dedicated to his craft. As you guessed by his name, he was born in Canada in a very prestigious Hart family. His family was always connected with wrestling. He knew about wrestling from his early days. He took his training in infamous Hart Dungeon, aka the place which is known for its special training faculties and has produced a lot of talented wrestlers. And by the late 80s, Owen Hart made a good reputation in indies wrestling, and a lot of people from professional wrestling started to know him. He wrestled all around the world, from Germany to Japan, from USA, UK to Canada. After gaining a good reputation, he went to WWF. Well, nobody ever felt like he was the shadow of his brother. Everyone thought he was just another talented superstar who came from the Hart family. He was so underrated that he became a fan favorite. He was funny, technical, and he was very dedicated to his gimmick and storylines. But he didn't knew that this passion was about to become his big nightmare, because when he went to WWF, that time Vince McMahon was known to create some weird and stupid gimmicks. Vince McMahon was creating gimmicks which people didn't like at all. Gimmicks like Joker, Clown, and some Dustbin Man. These stupid gimmicks and storylines made people to choose WCW over WWF. But guess what? Vince McMahon still didn't learn from his mistake, and he still kept going. In a move that can only be described as corporate chaos, Vince McMahon decided Owen Hart should play a superhero parody, a superhero gimmick named the Blue Blazer. I mean, how that old man Vince McMahon thought that this gimmick would make people crazy and would have a different fan base. Literally, nobody liked that gimmick. Owen Hart was fully covered with mask, cap, and clothes. It felt like he was playing a completely useless gimmick. And you also probably know that Vince McMahon's written gimmicks are always hated by fans. By seeing Owen Hart's expressions, it felt like he never liked that gimmick. But on that situation, he didn't had any choice. There were a lot of reasons he had to move on with this gimmick. WWE brought this gimmick in 1999 during the Attitude Era, when WCW and WWF were fighting for ratings. The most historical time in wrestling history. It was so strange that Vince McMahon was giving a lot of freedom to The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and DX, but on the other hand, he was pressuring other wrestlers like Owen Hart and other youngsters in locker room to play some specific gimmick. Some say it was because Vince McMahon never liked Owen Hart, because his brother Bret Hart left WWE in a very disrespected way, and Bret Hart joined the rival company WCW. So because of this reason, a lot of people think that Vince McMahon never cared about Owen Hart. Owen Hart never got a proper storyline in the Attitude Era, and he never got the opportunity to show his full potential. May 23rd, 1999. It was Over the Edge pay-per-view which was happening in Kansas City. Owen Hart was told that he will make a superhero entrance from the ceiling like a real flying superhero. Before that, a lot of superstars also made similar entrances entrance like that Shawn Michael entrance from WrestleMania, and Sting was doing similar kind of entrance in WCW almost like every single night. So it's obviously wasn't something new. A lot of rumors speculated that WWF decided to change his harness setup at the last minute just to save few times. Instead of using a proper climbing rig, they went with a quick replace snap's knuckle, which according to a lot of people is not capable to carry a human weight. But WWF never accepted that. They said it was just a technical mistake. At the time of 7:45 p.m. when Owen Hart was about to make his entrance, something malfunctioned. Owen Hart fell from 78 feet and landed chest first on the top rope, right in front of horrified audience. WWE never released the actual footage. They have stored and kept that footage very secret. It is one of those footage which is stored in WWE, which was never revealed. Jim Ross, the commentator of WWF that time, had to announce in the live TV that Owen Hart had just died while doing this stunt, while doing his entrance. And you know what the crazy part was? The show wasn't stopped. The show kept going even though one of their important wrestler lost his life during this live event. A lot of fans complained why WWE kept the show going. A lot of former wrestlers complained that Vince McMahon never cared about his wrestlers. He only cared about ratings and money. He only cared about his business. And they said this is the main reason why he didn't stop the show. Many wrestlers were in shock. The show continued like nothing happened. Imagine Owen Hart just died few moments ago on the ring, and now a lot of wrestlers are about to wrestle on that same particular ring. Even after knowing that somebody just died, an important wrestler, a wrestler from their same roster just died on that ring few moments ago. I can't imagine how they felt on that particular moment. Fans were outraged. The Owen Hart family went through a lot of pain that night. He had children, he had wife, and they were all having a tough time after losing the main man of the family. Owen's wife Martha filed a wrongful death lawsuit against WWE, and in the end WWE admitted that and gave her $18 million. But to this day she refuses to put Owen Hart in WWE Hall of Fame because she believes Owen Hart had much more potential and WWE never let him be the best version of himself. She also believes that WWE is the reason why Owen Hart was having a very tough time, and a lot of fans agrees with her too. Now let's talk about Owen's legacy. Owen Hart wasn't just a great wrestler. According to a lot of former wrestlers, Owen Hart was a great guy in the locker room. He was a very loyal friend. He was a great brother. He was a great father and also a great husband. Because of his great personality, a lot of wrestlers remember him with honor and respect. Well, nowadays we can't surely say anything about Vince McMahon's opinion on Owen Hart, but there's only one thing we can clearly say is Owen Hart is an inspiration for a lot of wrestlers. Most of the wrestlers in the locker room nowadays will look back at Owen Hart's legacy and respect him like a legend. Today, AEW and Martha, Owen Hart's wife, honor his name with Owen Hart Foundation tournament because Owen's story was not just about a tragedy. It's about pro wrestling losing a very kind-hearted human being. In the business of full of egos and over-the-top characters, Owen Hart stood out by being humble, real, and honest. He was very dedicated to his craft. He respected pro wrestling even when pro wrestling didn't respect him. He didn't die trying to be a hero. He died while entertaining people. A guy who never complained, always tried to give his best to the professional wrestling industry, and that makes him one of the most unforgettable wrestlers in the pro wrestling history. If you liked this video, then you should drop a like in this video and comment what was the best match of Owen Hart you know.